Tekeli has taken over the lead. In second place is Segei. In third place, McConan, who tried to get away from the rest. And these three are so far ahead of the rest of the field now that one would think that the race is going to be won by one of these. It's a very, very tough final or last 2 or 3 kilometres by Tekeli. Tekeli, he ran the Neath half marathon incidentally this year, 60:35, so he's pretty good on the half marathon. He then went to Canada, and I think the most significant point about Tekeli this season is that he beat in Ottawa and over 10k this May. He beat Jeffrey Mutai and is a legendary marathon man. So this is a fella who's got a pedigree and really is pushing on now. He wants to go to the Olympic Games. He wants to do the very best at representing Ethiopia, and this is a big, big move forward by Tekeli. Now, still a long way to go. There's got to be, what, about 5 or 6 minutes to go, and it's not anybody's race still, really. Segei in second place. Looks to be, well, it's difficult. The gap isn't decreasing, I have to say that. So these two are really away from the rest of the field at the moment. Segei won the Prague Half Marathon this year, 58:47. So when you look at the times that the guys in the first two places have performed this year, then no wonder they are up there at the head of this vast field. His first major international appearance, I can tell you, was the 2010 World Junior Championships in athletics, where he placed 6th in the 5,000 metres. That's Segei. But this, oh, look at this. There's a little bit of a chase on here, and that looks to me to be Bekele in the white strip, and I'm just trying to identify who that is in second place. But nevertheless, at the moment, Bayissa is there. Gudeta doesn't look to be in that leading group. She was there as well. And it is in fact Bekele who's now moved into second place. Bayessa it is, Bekele, and Utura it is, the winner of 2010. Utura really making a good attempt at this race now. She's the athlete in the leading three at the moment. She's in third place now, and that big gap that Bayissa developed has gone, and the lead is now taken by Bekele. And Bekele now takes it on. She was second in Berlin over 10,000 metres with Bekele earlier on this year, in October, well, just this last month. 30 minutes and 38 her time. There she is, the white strip and the black shorts with the green stripes. And I'm just looking there. That is in fourth place. It looks to me as though that's Gudeta. And if Gudeta's there, then all the principles are there. And the race is now on. But certainly Bayissa has paid the penalty for taking the lead far too early, and the second half of the race is far more to the liking of Bekele. Good at half marathon too is Tadalec Bekele, incidentally, 68:38 in Valencia on the 20th of October. So 2 or 3 of these young women have come off very, very fast times coming into this great Ethiopian run. No change in the men. Tekeli looks to me to be there, and Segei chasing him. Now that gap has narrowed, there's no question about that. And look at this, Segei really beginning to make some headway now and comes alongside Tekeli. And I wonder what Tekeli will do. Tekeli, who really had that very significant burst, must be wondering how on earth Segei has called him back. But he has, they're side by side as you can see. Just about, it's got to be about 5 minutes, probably less than that, running left in this 10,000 metre race over the roads on this new course. And once they go past 8 kilometres, just past 8, in fact they go past the Sanford School, and I can tell you that 4 of Haile Gebrselassie children attend that school. So the man who started the race, one of the greats in the history of track and field and road athletics. But these two then in battle, and it is a battle too, isn't it, as the masses make their way in the early part of this. Downhill, some of them still on the downhill part, as you can see. It's a very, very early stage for the masses. Well, the women's battle is on. That is Gudeta. Now, Gudeta has come up alongside Bekele. Now, Gudeta, 33:14 in Prague on the 7th of September, another example of recent form. And I can tell you that Gudeta only asked to race yesterday. One day before the race, she said, I would like to run, and her race performance was based on, or rather her entry was based on her performance in the recent series of races in Addis Ababa in September, where she did very well and won some races. So she's there. She comes from a very, very small town in Bikoji, which has produced Kenenisa Bikila, Derata Tulu and Tiranish Dibaba. So pretty good company all round. And look at that, in third place, just looking down, there's Yashane, who's representing the Defence Club. She's come through very strongly indeed. She's got a 32.09, ninth place in Moscow to her credit in the 10,000 metres, but her best is just over 30.5 minutes on the track. But these two, look at this, and Gudetta, who's come from the back, has taken over. Gudetta looks very, very good. She's paced herself rather well, and so has Bekele, really. And looking back along the field, you can see Bayissa right back in the distance. In fact, she's now, I think, in fourth place. She could well be in fourth place, just behind Yashane, with the light blue shorts in the background. So there are two separate races going on here. But this is a cracking race in the men's between Tekele, wearing the yellow strip on the near side, against Sege. One representing the Oromia Police, that's Tekele, and the other the defence team. Oh, Sege's really making a burst. Look at this. This is most significant. Well, the Tekele burst didn't work. Sege certainly looks as though it might. He's another one who wants to go to the 5,000 and 10,000 on the track. He says he desperately wants to represent Ethiopia in Rio at the Olympic Games of 2016. And this is the most significant run that you will ever see. This is a terrific burst of pace in the final stages of this race. Back towards the park at the start of this new course in its 13th year of running, and back towards the Jan Meda Recreational Park where it all began just under 29 minutes ago. What a run this is, and look at the distance he's got ahead of Tekele. And remember, Tekele, let me repeat this, at sea level has run a 10k in 27:30. So there's real talent here. So Sege, you've got to say, on the track, well, he's not as good. His 10k run, his best on the track, is 27:46. So he's pretty good, but this is a very, very solid performance, and he will go down along with the list of names of winners of this great Ethiopian run for 2013. Great win from him. And Tekele comes through into second, and in third place is Mesfin. Where did Mesfin come from? We hadn't seen him in the whole race. All of a sudden he comes through just ahead of Bayabel. So there were lots and lots of changes in the final stages, but Huguenot Mesfin, his second half of the race must have been absolutely sensational. He was never in it, not in the top 10, 15, 20, and yet he comes through to take a podium place in third place. Well, look at this. This is Gudetta. Gudetta looks to me to have got away. She's smiling now and looks very, very comfortable, doesn't she? She, as I said, only raced, she wasn't going to race yesterday, now she is. And a training group, Abero Kabeda, last year's winner. Asafetch Murgia, Sula Utura, who of course is in this race as well, the winner in 2011, 10 I think it was. But this is a very, very solid piece of competitive running by Nesanet Gudetta. Well, when you consider that she took over the lead at 7 kilometres, her splits incidentally, we've got a split for the first 5,000, it's 15 minutes and 20, and the second is going to be a good deal slower. It's got to be very close to 18 minutes, I would think. But nevertheless, that tells the story about how rhythm sapping this second half of the race is. But she's come from, as I say, a very great training group. She knows what the standards are in the rest of the world. She's done very well in that 10k in Prague. She on the 7th of September, several of the women in the leading group here have performed well just before coming into this race. But these are the women of the future. These are the women that will translate. Some of them will translate their form to the track. Some will continue to produce their form on the roads. But certainly Netzanet Gudetta, representing the Oromia club, is going to take this and take it very, very comfortably in the end. A very, very good tactical piece of racing, and it looks as though Tadelesh Bekele in the white top, just having a quick look at her watch there is going to come into second place, and there are all sorts of things happening behind her. But here we come then for the finish of the women's race, and it's going to be Natsanet Gudeta who's going to take it, and that is a very competitive piece of running, just outside 33.20. We'll give the official time later, and that's a very good run indeed. Tactically very sound, was never really at the front until it mattered, and then when she attacked, it was a convincing attack. This young woman tried her best, Tadalech Bekele. She really thought that she'd put in the finest move, but then of course she was run down in the end. And in third place, it looks as though Bayesa has come back into third place after fading a little, just ahead of Tadesse. And in fourth place, Yeshane, and the rest following through. We'll bring you up to date the result now. There's Sege, Takeli and Mesfin, 29.21, the winning time for the men over 10k. And Gudeta, Bekele and Bayesa, the top three in the women's race.
The race was very difficult. The course was difficult. The other athletes competing were strong, but I won the race, so I'm very happy. Winning this race was good for me. I hope I can train hard, work hard, and win other big races as well. It will open the door for me.
What does it mean to you to win this race and follow in the footsteps of great Ethiopian female athletes like Bahane Adere, Tirunesh Tababa?
If you work hard and focus on races, then winning is easier. I'm happy to follow in the footsteps of great runners like Messeret Dafar.
Once again, it's been an absolute festival of distance running here in Ethiopia. Next up for us is our look back at all the action from 2013 in our Great Run review programme. And don't forget to keep up to date on our website, greatrun.org. But for now, from Addis Ababa, it's goodbye.